G'day everyone, Professor Maple here. We're back on Maple's World, where today we're going to do some building. We're going to do one project and then go back to our Illager City project. I imagine we'll have time for both. But yeah, no, before we get to that though, I just wanted to talk about your support on stream lately. It's been great. It's been appreciated, and we've been working on this a little bit. Last stream, I also did some spoiler work for this episode, but we've been mostly working on this apartment building. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on the 7th floor now. I'm losing track. We're getting through it pretty quick. We're almost halfway. This thing's gonna be 17 floors because there's no 13th floor labeled and it's 18 floors tall, so 17 is what that is, plus there'll be like a basement area, and I'm not sure if I'll do like an interior for the basement or not, because I am trying to stick to just the lobby area as the interior for that, but we'll see. But anyway, yeah, let's get going here, because I have to find a place for this new build. And I think one thing I was musing about on Blue Sky recently, amongst other things, was that this world doesn't have a lot of like connective tissue other than the nether infrastructure that we have, the tunnels. So, like its spawn is kind of connected because we've got new spawn here, we've got the iron squid farm, we've got the subscriber forest over there, but after that there's not really, and then behind that mountain that'll be taken away, there's the knackle stack. But other than that, there's not a lot of like connective tissue between here and like my base, for example, which is that away if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I wanna start not necessarily building roads in the overworld, because that's gonna take a lot of resources and time and figuring out where I want to put the roads. But if we put even just like a build, like one on that hill sort of thing, or on the top of that mountain, or at the side of the mountain, or whatever, so that it's visible from here, and then we kind of dot builds between here and other places, then it'll look a bit more lived in. Because this world is almost, this month it'll be celebrating its 9th birthday on February 17th, if I'm not mistaken. So I figure hopefully by the time we get to 10, we have some of that connective tissue in. Again, it's not going to necessarily be roads infrastructure, but just like you know how in like Breath of the Wild, like you'll see something on the horizon and you'll be like, oh, I want to go there because that looks cool and I want to explore that. I kind of want to do the same thing in my own way here, where we sort of plot builds around. Let's see if we hop up on the iron farm here, which I think we have enough villagers in all the spots. I haven't checked this in a while. Well, it looks like we've only got 2 there and there, which is unfortunate because that means I have more villager wrangling to do. Anyway, but yeah, if either from the subscriber forest or from there we have something visible on the horizon, that would be ideal. So let's just see. let's just see the subscriber forest here. What's our tallest tree? Our tallest tree is here. But we're not going to be on the tallest tree necessarily when we're in the subscriber forest. I'm just thinking aloud at this point. How far down are we going to be? We're going to be... Oh, hi, zombie. Please burn before you reach me. Oh. Well, why did you stop burning? That's concerning. The not burning is more concerning than the burning. There we go. Will you burn? You're getting pretty close. You can do it. There we go. Okay, anyway. So if we're in the subscriber forest, or if we're near it, creeper grass, hold on. Or we're near it. Can't really see a whole lot. So maybe what I need to do, maybe we could see, you know that? Oh, there's the knackle stack. Nice. Maybe that mountain is a good, I don't want to get snow on what we're going to build though. That's the thing. Maybe if we build something up here. I'm going to keep scouting, and then once I found a spot, I will come back. All right, and as we look over the distant horizon here, I think I found the spot, and it's, whether this is wide enough or not, I don't know, but up on this mountain, we've got new spawn there, we've got the iron farm, the knackle stack, we've got old spawn, you can just barely see the portal in the distance there. Just beyond that being a subscriber forest. And here's what I mean about it being connective tissue. Over here we have our vintage village restoration project from a little while ago. And you'll be able to see what we're building today from both kind of ends of our view here, which is what I mean, because you can't see that from spawn. You can't see that apartment yet from the actually maybe you can now, it's tall enough, but I think we're getting close on the render distance there. But either way, I want to be able to see what we're building here from both spots to kind of give that sort of Breath of the Wild connective tissue, like, oh, I want to go up and explore up that way. So yeah, that's a thing. Now I do want to take this moment not only to thank you for the support on the streams lately, but also to thank you for the support on the last video. It's done really, really well. I don't know if it's the thumbnail or the title, or you just wanted to know a bit more about the spear, or I'll be honest, I didn't do a good job of like talking about the Nautilus in a couple different ways. It was a very brief meeting with them, and I also used it pronouns for them for some reason. After saying on Blue Sky, or agreeing on Blue Sky, that using it pronouns for an animal is kind of a red flag. So I will do better. Well, I consistently do better. I'll probably have off days, but I want to do better. So yes, next time I refer to a Nautilus, they will be them and not it. But I just wanted to put that out there because no one's called me out on it, which is fine. Like, don't be afraid to call me out on things that are warranted, and as long as you're polite about it, There's no real issue there. But yeah, no, I'm calling myself out on this because it's important to me. And yeah, no, it's just how we're gonna move forward. Anyway, what are we building today? You may be asking. Well, I have made. I've been watching some of my episodes back, and primarily the ones since episode 50. You may or may not, if you've been around since last episode 50, like episode 50. Every 50 episodes is usually something special that I need to watch my previous episodes to prepare for. So I'm slowly building up to episode 100. And so we've got more preparation to do. And in doing that, and also trying to improve my videos is another reason why I'm watching them. But in doing that, I noticed that there are a lot of episodes that are maybe not as, they're maybe weaker episodes. Because I was recording them when I was low on spoons and not really like I wanted to record the videos, and I did it when I had the most energy I could, but it's still sometimes having more spoons than you have had is not still not the most spoons in the world. But my therapist tells me that I'm probably going to end up having fewer spoons as I get older anyway, so which makes sense. But anyway, so the point is we're gonna build a trophy here to celebrate, and thank you Celtic Angel on Blue Sky for suggesting I celebrate creating with very few spoons. But to celebrate, oh, it's getting late already. To celebrate having very few spoons while creating some of those videos, and creating any, despite having low spoons, excuse me, we're gonna build a trophy. Yeah, and I'm gonna maybe, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this the way it is. I don't know if the base of the trophy will quite fit on this flat area here, or if I'm gonna have to landform it. But we're gonna try it out and see how it goes. Okay, let's get this jungle wood out of my hotbar, or my offhand here. Let's go and sleep. And then I want to make sure that I've seen this from far away here. Not too far away, but far enough away. Take a step back sort of thing. And yeah, it looks about as spoony as it's meant to look. I think it was meant to look taller, but I kind of like it. Now this platform, this plinth does kind of hang out over the edge. How's that look? How does that look? It does kind of look like it's going to topple over or something, but the trophy itself looks fine. Now we just have one last thing to do here. Before I consider this finished. Do I have it in my... I do have it in my inventory. Okay. Let's grab this just in case as well. And we've got to put a big old X over this because it's meant to look a lot like my episode, I believe it's 72 thumbnail, where I had a big blue X over the spoon of the thumbnail to indicate it was going to be a low energy episode. And I got a lot of nice comments on that one. But yeah, no, this one is going to be... How am I going to get up there? Scaffolding. Scaffolding. And then how high do I want this to be up here? Okay, so the X has to terminate about here. Like there. So if we do 3 there, and it's a gap of 3, but we'll use... This won't be confusing, right? 1, 2, 3. And then put that back there. This is so much easier in creative mode, of course. That's the point of it, of creative mode, that is. So we got 1 there, 1 there, and we could take that out. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And over here we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It should meet in the middle. It's an X. That's how that works. But I also want to get up there to take some of my blocks back. There we go. And ba-da-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da. Did I lose some? I don't think I did. I think, oh, I did down there. Okay, that's not so bad then. Now let's just take another peek at how this is looking. Just to make sure. Yes, that is exactly what it's meant to look like, except a full X instead of a partial. Okay, cool. So let's see, there's like a 3x3 area in the middle of the X. And we have one, two, three, and then two, 3, I think that's how that's working. Yes, going by the screenshot, that's how that's working. And then you want to space in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna need to scaffold out here, I think. 1, 2, 3. I cheated a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, let's take the scaffolding out, and then take a look at that. Did I get it all? No, I did not. Some's down here, some's down here. That's all of it. Okay, I had a full stack. And... Ugh. That looks all right from here. Let's take a look at it. From out here, that is other than it being a little shorter than I created in the test world. That's what we want. That's perfect. Okay. So, um, here's the part where we kind of dedicate this. Dedicate this? Is that quite the right word? We're gonna do a thing here. Let's see. So, low spoons award. And we're gonna say thank you Celtic Angel, because she was the one on Blue Sky who was like, you know what, you should celebrate those Low Spoons episodes. And she was right. I don't think she expected me to do it quite like this. But since when do people expect me to do anything the way I do them? But yeah, no, that's I should have brought honeycomb for that, but I guess I could do that anytime because I'm the only one here. But yeah, no, that's the Low Spoons Award. Oh, look at this lovely forest we have here. It must be for subscribers or something. Oh, look at this lovely iron farm and spawn, and this is great. And what's that over there? I want to explore that. Let's take a look. I like how clearly that X comes across from like all the way over there. It's got some good. Is contrast the right word? It's definitely like doesn't blend with what it's near. And then we've got the, let's see it from the village restoration project here, where the villagers actually are still alive, thankfully. Let's land here. Oh yeah, that's definitely a sign that someone's nearby. Although I think we can see just barely that one pillar outlining the spawn chunks. Rest in peace, spawn chunks. But yeah, no, this is great. This is exactly what I want. And I think with that, we'll move on to something a little closer to our base. Why are there carrots on the floor? Are those beets? No, those are carrots. Carrots and bread. Someone dropped their food. Oh, wasteful. Wasteful people. Hey you. You enjoying the video? Well, if it's within your means and you're liking the video, don't forget to support me on Ko-fi. As little as $5 Canadian a month will get your name in the credits of a video for that month. So yeah. Anyway, back to the video. And we are in the test world, where you can see the spoon was a little bigger. Anyway, we're here because I want to test something. Hence the name of the world. But I'm building the forge, and I want to make sure that illagers aren't going to try and pathfind into the forge on their own, or at least the dangerous parts of the forge. Like, we're gonna have magma blocks, and oh yeah, no, that's already worked out pretty poorly. I look away for one moment, and that's not gone well. Okay, well, that's I'm gonna have to put up the baby gate and do a little bit of childproofing here, it seems, eh? Yeah. Alright. Alright, and that's that. I think now we'll work on the illager city project just a little bit today. And with that, we've got this to take care of, this sad pile of campfires. Which will today become a less sad pile of more fires. Let's see, I'm gonna want this out, and where to put my shulker box? There it is. Let's see, we want some of these, and maybe some more of those. Who knows? But yeah, I want to decorate this forge to be a bit more forge-like, as opposed to just, well, I guess it'll still kind of look like a bonfire more than a proper forge, but the plan is to get some lights in here. Not that we need more, but just to, the shroom lights look like very hot blocks, which I'm going to take advantage of. And actually no, that works. Okay. And then we'll swap out some ever-burning netherrack, which is no different than regular netherrack. It's just that I want to remind everyone that it will burn as long as it stays lit. Ooh, and it'll spread to my scaffolding. Well, that's fine. It's been sitting here anyway. I haven't really been using it. But it was nice to mark out where everything else was. And then the resin blocks. Resin blocks look like still a hot block, but slightly less hot than the shroom lights. So we'll put out that one fire there. Let's see, resin can go here, 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 and here. And then we'll stick some magma blocks around that even. Oops, if I can place them right. There we go. We can take out the scaffolding here. What's left of it anyway. Bury some of this glowy stuff down here. And around the back a bit too. Doesn't have to be perfect. Startled myself there. I forgot the magma blocks were going to cause damage when I went to pick that block up. And then over here we want maybe another magma block there. And there. There will go other blocks. The resin in the middle there. There we go. We're gonna have our forge, which actually I was gonna put some more magma blocks on the ground here. And then we need a way to keep the illagers from actually getting on the magma blocks. So we're gonna prevent them from putting these walls in. That'll keep them safe, at least from any self-destructive tendencies they might have. So I don't want to fill this thing with hostile mobs and then have to refill it later because they all died to magma blocks or something. That sounds like a bad time. Oh, I'm gonna have to put something there. That's better. That's better. If we can't walk on it, they can't either, is my understanding. And it's asymmetrical, which is good. We want that for this build. And I think now I need to swap some blocks out here. And of course, the illagers are going to, once they have their forge, they're going to want some tools to work with that forge with. So they're going to want some water nearby to cool things down when they take them off the forge. You know, good old sizzle sort of deal. Maybe it's full, maybe I could drink some and be less full or something. But for now we'll leave it as, actually I'll have to refill that bucket soon anyway. And then a copper chest, because a wooden one would probably burn this close to the heat. Or it would not be great, so we'll leave that there as well. And over this side, I want to... Okay, we do have dark oak, that's good. So we're going to place a few logs. Now I'm imagining, as much as it could be more practical to have the logs just drop down this chute into the fire, it could also put out the fire by tamping it out. So I'm going to say that in the lore of this city, they bring them down the spiral staircase for fuel for the fire here. Let's see here. So we want that. We want not an axe, so we don't strip the log accidentally. I'm having a I'm having a moment this morning. It seems it's been a week since the last clip, and I was finally able to get my apartment, my forced air fan to turn off so I can record. I don't mind it so much being on while I'm streaming, but when I'm recording, I want it to be off so that we don't get a bunch of background noise in the video. Whereas I find streams are a bit more, for me at least, I intend them to be more casual, so background noise isn't as big of an issue to me. But let's see, so we're gonna have one of these here, one of these here. And that is one more. Yeah, one more. So on this side it's one more, assuming the trees were the same size, give or take. And then the middle one, because it's going to be in shadow, we're going to actually make it a dark oak log so that it'll look like it's in shadow once it's in there. And maybe that one was a shorter tree anyhow. So that works. But we'll have this one overhang a little bit. We'll maybe even lengthen these out. Or maybe these ones. Yeah, we'll lengthen those ones out. And let's see, we're not going to see the back too much, but I want to bit. There, that tree is now longer, or was now longer. It's a log now. And then we do the classic rails to hold them down sort of thing. Probably about there. Good, I was worried I wouldn't be able to place rails on glass, but that seems to be the case, which is good. Or doesn't seem to be the case. We can place the rails on glass is the point I'm trying to make here. So yeah, those are held down. And already it's looking still a little bare. I need to figure out some more detail. That might be a next episode thing. But we've also got all this space to fill, and back in through here. So yeah, I think in March's episode, we'll get that sorted, or try to address it at least. But yeah, I want to thank you all for stopping by. Thanks for supporting me with a like or a subscription or a tip on Ko-fi or what have you. Share the video if you want to support me in a way that is free. But yeah, have a good now, have a good later. I'm gonna wait for this copper chest to oxidize at 1 level, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, I don't have my rockets on my hotbar this time. I gotta get water. Water, 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 water.